Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast. We're so happy you're tuning in with us today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Avery.
And I'm Melody. It's another beautiful day here, and we're ready for another cozy chat about English.
Absolutely. And today's topic is something we can all relate to.
It is. But before we dive in, Avery, I have a question for you and for our amazing listeners as well.
Okay, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
The question is, can you describe your daily routine in English from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep?
Ooh, that's a fantastic question. It sounds simple, right? But when you actually try to say it out loud, you have to think about the right words, the right verbs.
Right. Like, do you say, I make breakfast or I do breakfast? It's those little things.
Exactly. And we all have a routine. We all know that feeling of the alarm clock going off in the morning.
Yes. Waking up when you're still so tired and just want 5 more minutes of sleep.
That's me every single day. The struggle is real.
And then maybe you get up, you stumble to the kitchen, and you make that first essential cup of coffee.
That coffee is what makes me a person. Before coffee, I'm just the sleepy zombie.
Totally. Then you go through the motions of getting ready for your day, whether that's going to work or going to school.
And after all that, after a busy day, you finally get to come home, change into comfortable clothes, and just relax in the evening.
That's the reward at the end of the day. And these simple activities, these habits, are what make up our lives. They're also what we talk about with friends and family.
That's so true. It's one of the most common conversation topics. How was your day? Or what did you do today?
Exactly. And that's why today we're going to practice simple, natural English for talking about your daily life. We're going to give you the words and phrases you need to talk about your daily routine with confidence.
This is such a fundamental topic for any English learner. The vocabulary is practical, and you'll use it constantly. It's all about making your English feel more natural and real.
So get comfortable, grab a notebook if you like, and let's get ready to talk about our daily lives.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay, so before we jump into our own routines, let's cover some key vocabulary and phrases. These are the building blocks for talking about your day.
That's a great idea. Let's start with the morning, the beginning of the day. What are some common things we do?
Well, first, you wake up. Your eyes open and you're no longer sleeping. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m.
Right, and right after you wake up, you might get up, which means you get out of bed.
Two important and slightly different phrases. I wake up at 7, but I sometimes get up at 7:15.
Yes, that's the snooze button time. After you get up, a lot of people go to the bathroom. You might brush your teeth.
An important step, and you might also wash your face. Or maybe you take a shower. I like to take a shower in the morning to help me wake up.
Yep, take a shower. After that, you need to get dressed. You put on your clothes.
Then, for many people, it's time for the most important meal of the day. You eat breakfast. Or you could say you have breakfast. Both are correct.
And with breakfast, you might drink coffee or drink tea. For me, it's always coffee. I need my coffee.
Me too. Okay, so that's a good set of morning phrases. Let's quickly review them. Wake up, get up, brush my teeth, take a shower, get dressed, eat breakfast, drink coffee.
Perfect. Now, what about the daytime? This is when most people are busy with work or school.
Right, so a very common phrase is go to work. For example, I go to work at 9 a.m. If you're a student, you would say go to school.
Some people work from home, like us, so I don't go to work, I just walk to my desk.
That's the best commute. At work, you might check emails, have meetings, or talk to colleagues.
If you're studying, you might go to class or study in the library.
Then, around noon, it's time for lunch. The phrase is have lunch or eat lunch. Both work perfectly.
I usually have lunch around 1 p.m. It's a nice break in the middle of the day.
It is. So for daytime, we have go to work, study, check emails, have lunch. Simple and very common.
Great. Now let's move on to the evening. The day is finishing.
The best time of day. After work or school, you go home.
Then it's time for the last meal of the day. You cook dinner or make dinner.
After dinner, it's time to relax. What are some relaxing activities, Avery?
Well, I like to watch TV or watch a movie. Some people read a book.
I like to listen to music or maybe chat with friends online. All of these are great ways to relax or unwind.
Unwind is a great word. It means to relax after being busy or stressed. I like to unwind by listening to a podcast.
Yeah, I love that word. Finally, at the end of the day, you go to bed and then you fall asleep.
And then the cycle starts all over again. So evening phrases: cook dinner, watch TV, read a book, relax, and go to bed.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about a few useful sentence starters. These help you put the vocabulary into a full sentence.
Good idea. A really common one is I usually. This means it's something you do normally, most of the time. For example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m.
Or I usually drink coffee in the morning. It describes a habit.
Another useful one is after. You use this to show the order of events. For example, after work, I go to the gym.
Or after I eat breakfast, I brush my teeth. It helps connect your ideas.
And for the evening, a nice phrase is in the evening, I like to. This is great for talking about your hobbies and how you relax.
Yes, in the evening, I like to watch shows on Netflix. Or in the evening, I like to read.
Perfect. So we have the vocabulary and we have some sentence starters. I think we're ready to put it all together in a conversation.
I think so too. This is a great foundation for our listeners. Remember, you can always pause and write these down if you want to practice them later.
All right, Melody, let's talk about mornings. Are you a morning person?
Oh, that's a tough question. I want to be a morning person. I love the idea of waking up early when the world is quiet, but it's hard. How about you?
Not at all. I am 100% a night owl. Mornings are my enemy.
I can relate to that. So, what time do you usually wake up?
Well, my alarm goes off at 7:30 a.m. But remember what we said earlier, I don't get up until around 7:45. I need those extra few minutes.
The snooze button is a powerful thing.
It is. What about you?
I try to wake up at 7 a.m. I don't use a snooze button because if I do, I'll press it 10 times.
That takes discipline. I admire that.
It's a daily struggle. So, what's the first thing you do when you get out of bed?
The very first thing is I walk to the kitchen and turn on the coffee maker. I can't do anything else until coffee's brewing.
I knew you were going to say that. Coffee is essential.
It really is. I make a big cup of black coffee. No sugar, no milk. While it's brewing, I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and brush my teeth.
See, that's logical. I'm a bit different. I get up and the first thing I do is drink a big glass of water. I read somewhere it's good for you.
That sounds very healthy. I should probably do that.
After my water, then I take a shower. I find that a shower really helps me wake up properly.
That makes sense. I usually shower in the evening to relax before bed, so our routines are already quite different.
They are. It's interesting how everyone has their own little system. So what about breakfast? Do you eat breakfast every day?
I do. I can't function without it. It's usually something simple, though, like toast with avocado or maybe some yogurt with fruit.
That sounds nice and healthy. I'm not a big breakfast person during the week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm usually not hungry in the morning. I just have my coffee and then I'll eat something later around 10 or 11 a.m.
Ah, so you're more of a brunch person.
Exactly. On the weekends, it's a different story. I love making a big breakfast on a Saturday, like pancakes or eggs. But on a workday, just coffee.
I get that. Speed is important on weekday mornings. After I eat, I get dressed for the day. And since I work from home, that usually just means changing into a clean t-shirt and comfortable pants.
The work from home uniform. I know it well. I do the same. I pick out my clothes and then I sit down at my desk to check my emails. That's how I officially start my workday.
My last step before starting work is to take my dog for a short walk around the block. It's a nice way to get some fresh air before I sit down for hours.
Oh, that's lovely. A little bit of nature to start the day.
Yeah, he loves it and it's good for me too. So my morning routine is wake up, make coffee, brush teeth, eat breakfast, get dressed, walk the dog, and then start work.
And mine is wake up, drink water, take a shower, get dressed, make coffee, and start work. It's amazing how we all do similar things in a slightly different order.
Totally. It's like our own personal morning ritual.
So we've both started our work days. Let's talk about the main part of the day, the afternoon. What does a typical workday look like for you, Avery?
Well, since I work from home, my commute is about 10 seconds long from the kitchen to my office room.
The best commute, no traffic.
Exactly. I usually start by checking my emails and messages, just like you. I like to see what needs my attention first. My mornings are usually for focused work. Writing, planning, the things that need a lot of concentration.
Right. Get the hard stuff done first.
And that's the idea. It doesn't always work, but I try. Then around 11 a.m., I might have my first meeting of the day on the computer.
Video calls, the signature of working from home.
Yep, lots and lots of video calls. What about you? Is your morning work time also for focused tasks?
It is. I'm the same. I feel my brain is sharpest in the morning, so I try to tackle the most difficult or creative tasks before lunch. I do a lot of writing and editing for our podcast, so I'll put on some quiet music and I'll just focus for a few hours. I try not to look at my phone too much.
That's the key. The phone is a big distraction. So what about lunch? When do you usually break for lunch?
I usually have lunch around 1:30 or 1 p.m. I make something simple at home, like a sandwich or a salad, or I'll heat up leftovers from dinner the night before.
Leftovers are the best for lunch. So easy.
They are. I try to step away from my desk to eat. I'll eat in the kitchen, or if it's nice outside, on my balcony. It's important to have a real break, you know?
I totally agree. I do the same. I stop working and I don't look at a screen while I eat. It helps my brain reset. My lunchtime is usually around 1 p.m.
So, what happens after lunch? For me, the afternoon can be a little slow. I sometimes feel a bit sleepy after eating.
The classic afternoon slump. I know it well. My afternoons are usually for more collaborative work, more meetings, answering emails, and doing tasks that don't require as much deep focus.
That's a smart way to structure your day. I do something similar. I'll save easier tasks for the afternoon, like organizing files or planning for the next day.
Do you ever take a short break in the afternoon, like for a walk?
I try to. Around 3 p.m., I often feel like I need to move, so I'll stand up, stretch, and maybe walk around the house. Sometimes I'll make a cup of tea. It's a small thing, but it helps me get through the rest of the afternoon.
It really does. I take my dog for another, longer walk in the afternoon. That's our main walk of the day. It's a great way to break up the workday and get some fresh air and sunlight.
That sounds so nice. It must really clear your head.
It's the best part of my afternoon, for sure. So when do you usually finish your workday?
I try to finish around 5 or 5:30 p.m. I think it's important to have a clear end time when you work from home. Otherwise, you can just keep working forever.
That is so true. It's easy for work to bleed into your evening. I also try to log off around 5:30. I close my laptop and I try to mentally leave work, even though I'm still at home.
It's a mental commute. So our afternoons are pretty similar. Lunch, then a period of lower energy, followed by easier tasks and maybe a short break, and then finishing up.
Yep, that sounds about right. A very typical workday for someone who works from home. Okay, so we finished work for the day. This is my favorite part, the evening. What's the first thing you do after you close your laptop?
The first thing I do is change out of my work clothes, even if they're just comfortable clothes, into my relaxing clothes, which are even more comfortable.
I do the exact same thing. It's a signal to my brain that the workday is officially over.
It is. After that, I usually need about 30 minutes to just decompress. I might tidy up the kitchen a little, put on a podcast, or just sit on the sofa and do nothing.
Doing nothing is underrated. I usually spend some time playing with my dog. We'll play fetch in the backyard for a bit. It helps me shift from work mode to home mode.
That's a great way to do it. So, what about dinner? Do you enjoy cooking?
I do actually. I find it really relaxing. I usually start cooking around 6:30 p.m. I'll put on some music and just enjoy the process. I like making simple things like pasta or maybe some roasted vegetables with chicken.
That sounds delicious. I like cooking too, but some days I'm just too tired. On those days, I might order food or just make something really simple, like an omelet.
I have those days too. The I can't possibly cook tonight days.
Exactly. So after dinner, what does your evening look like? How do you relax?
My main way to relax is to watch something. It could be a movie or a TV series. My partner and I will watch an episode or two of a show together.
What about you? Are you a TV watcher?
Sometimes, but I'm more of a reader. I love to curl up with a good book. I try to read for at least an hour every evening. It helps me escape.
That's a wonderful habit. I wish I read more. I buy books, but then I just end up watching TV.
It's all about what helps you unwind. There's no right or wrong way to relax. I also like to watch videos on YouTube. I follow a few channels about gardening and cooking.
Oh, nice. So as it gets later, how do you get ready for bed? Do you have a specific bedtime?
I try to go to bed around 11 p.m. I'm not super strict about it, but I know I feel much better when I get enough sleep.
That's a good time.
About an hour before that, so around 10 p.m., I stop looking at screens. No phone, no laptop. They say the blue light makes it harder to sleep.
I've heard that. I really need to do that. I'm terrible. I'm usually scrolling on my phone right before I turn off the light.
It's a hard habit to break. So I'll read my book, maybe I'll have a cup of herbal tea like chamomile, then I'll brush my teeth and get ready for bed.
That sounds so peaceful and organized. My routine is a bit more chaotic. After we finish watching our show, I'll take the dog out one last time. Then I'll get ready for bed. I'm usually in bed by 11:30 p.m., but then I'll probably read the news on my phone for a bit.
The forbidden screen time.
I know, it's a bad habit. But eventually, I turn off the light and try to sleep. And then, before you know it, the alarm is going off and it all starts again.
The circle of life, or the circle of a daily routine.
So we've covered our typical work days from morning to night. But Avery, I have a feeling your routine on a Saturday is quite different. Okay, so we have talked a lot about our routines. Now it's your turn to practice.
Oh, completely different. The weekend is a whole other world. My Saturday morning alarm doesn't exist. That's the first and most important difference. That's right. This is your chance to use the vocabulary we learned today and talk about your own life. We're going to ask you some questions, and we'll leave a pause for you to answer out loud.
Don't be shy. Even if you are just thinking the answer in your head, it's great practice. Ready? Let's start with the morning.
First question. What time do you usually wake up? Start your sentence with, I usually wake up at... Go ahead.
Great job. Now, tell us about coffee or tea. Do you drink coffee or tea in the morning? You can say, in the morning, I drink...
Excellent. Next question. What do you eat for breakfast? You can start with, for breakfast, I usually eat... Try to name one or two things.
Wonderful. Now, let's move on to the daytime. Do you work or are you a student? You can say, I work or I am a student.
Okay. Next, where do you work or study? You can say, I work at, or I study at, or maybe I work from home.
Nice. Let's talk about lunch. What time do you usually have lunch? Start with, I usually have lunch around...
Great. You are doing an amazing job. Let's talk about the evening now. What do you do after work or school? Try using the phrase, after work, I...
Okay, one more about your evening activities. How do you relax in the evening? You can say, to relax, I like to, and name a hobby, like read, watch TV, or listen to music.
Fantastic. And the final question, what time do you usually go to bed? You can say, I usually go to bed at...
Amazing! You did it! You just described your daily routine in English.
It gets easier with practice. You can do this exercise anytime. Just ask yourself these questions and answer them out loud.
The more you say it, the more natural it will feel.
And that brings us to the end of our episode. You all did such a great job today.
You really did. Talking about your daily routine is such a core skill in any language. And now you have the tools to do it in English.
Let's quickly recap some of the most important phrases we learned today. We talked about morning actions like wake up, brush your teeth, and have breakfast.
Then for the daytime, we had phrases like go to work, have lunch, and check emails.
And for that wonderful evening time, we learned to say things like cook dinner, relax, watch TV, and go to bed.
And don't forget those useful sentence starters, I usually, after I, and in the evening, I like to.
These are your keys to sounding natural. So the next time someone asks you, how was your day? You can give them more than just good.
Exactly. You can say, "It was busy. I had a lot of meetings, but now I'm relaxing at home." It makes the conversation so much richer.
We hope you feel more confident now. Remember, every time you talk about your day, you are practicing your English. It's a part of your real life.
And we have a little homework for you. We would love to hear from you. Go to the comments section and answer this question. What is the first thing you do after you wake up?
Ooh, I love that question. Is it drink water like Melody? Or make coffee like me? Or maybe something completely different?
We can't wait to read your answers. It's a great way to practice, and we love building this community with all of you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Cozy English podcast. It's always a pleasure to spend this time with you.
Until next time, keep practicing and stay cozy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.